Welcome to Atlanta Tarot. This is the tarot forecast for Leo for the month of July, the sign of Cancer, and the element is waters. So it's emotional. So Leo, you are in your 12th house. So the house of secrets, the house of shadows, all those things that we keep buried, the other 11 months of the year. The month before our birthday, we go deep and reflect. So don't be alarmed if you're sort of feeling a bit like a bit of time on your own, or dreams and intuition is at a heightened point. So the energy around for you is the Seven of Cups. So very much, if it looks too good to be true, Leo, it is. So it's the realm of illusion as well, which plays in really quite well to where you are with your 12th house. But the main theme of the Seven of Cups is we can't have everything. And so if someone comes along, or there's an offer on, and you think, wow, that's just amazing, it's just too good to be true, you're probably right. I would say 99.9% historically is proven with the Seven of Cups. It's the card for the Scorpio sign, so it's very much deep and can create illusion. So just be mindful of that, Leo, where you are right now. And we have grief surfacing. So this in the 12th house, this is not peculiar, but this is exactly what it is. It's when we go deep and we are reminded of sadness, brokenheartedness, grief, and just basically grief, and looking at our grief. And we all have grief of sorts, but it's not unusual for it to come in the 12th house, because that is the time of introspection, and it does from time to time that grief sort of comes up to meet us, and it's quite uncomfortable. But the only way to deal with grief is to hit it head on, if you know what I mean, Leo, and I'm sure you do. So that's sort of where you are right now, so don't be alarmed at all. Let's see what's brought it on, and which will in turn beg your pardon, will influence the rest of the reading. And we have the Ten of Wands, so it is time spiritually just to lay down the gauntlet for a little bit with the fire signs. There's been a lot taken on, you've got a lot going on. Usually for Leos or the fire signs, they're very frenetic, and things you know, are at high speed most of the time, and it just sort of asks you just to, you know, kick it back a notch and just have a bit of a rest, because you are spiritually a bit low on that energy. The tank's sort of red and flashing. So there you go. Let us have a see and a look at what was going on in May, June, which was Gemini, so very much windy affair there. Things going this way and that, which can often burn us out as well spiritually. So we have the Nine of Swords. So worry for the sake of worry, sleepless nights, just attaching oneself onto this free-floating anxiety, and one anxious moment passes and is solved, and then you grab to the next, but it has no base. And we often talk about that in this Atlanta Tarot. So try to combat that with something physical that sort of stops that mind just sort of creating more and more worries and anxiousness than need be. But it is swords, and Gemini time is swords, so it makes sense that that was there. So that's still sitting around. So do what you can practically and simply just to combat that. There's nothing awry, it's just what's there, and you must try to stop that brain or mind of yours working overtime, because it's actually stealing your physical and spiritual energy. Recent influences. And we have the 10 of Cups, so the happy family card. The happy family, everything looks nice to everybody else. But for you, this is that introspective time. So it may be sort of, as I said before, sort of reflecting on the happiness or the emotional happiness, or other people may see your life as such with your partner and your family. However, you and you alone know where the flaw, we all have the flaws, we all have, that illusion can be created, but we all know full well what's really going on, and sometimes it can be a struggle. But the 10 of Cups just does ask us to reflect, especially into and onto that illusion that people can sort of look at you and think, oh, everything's hunky-dory with them, they don't have any issue. But then again, conversely, it can just mean a really nice ultimate happiness there and emotionally sound. But looking at the other cards, there is some soul searching to be done with grief and whatever else is rising to the surface in your 12th house. Let's have a look at your lesson. And we have the Queen of Wands, and she is your queen. She is the Fire Queen. She is creative. She can conjure up all sorts of things. She can solve problems. She can speak out. She's very much a person who says what she thinks, despite, other people might think, oh, listen to her. But she is very much the firebrand of the queens, and she's the creative one. So she can find a solution to most problems, and also is not backward in coming forward. So this is your time to reflect on who you are as a person, especially the Fire Queen. She is great, but then she's like everything, there is positive and negative. So looking at that and looking at yourself this next 4 weeks. Near future. And we have the Mentor, the King of Coins coming in. Very grounded energy coming in for July, first week of July. Very much this person who can be your father figure. He is a mentor. He is a person that's worked really hard. He has got his feet on the ground. There's no nonsense with this person. So you can go to this person or this energy to sort of sort yourself out, or just ask for help, bounce things off. He's somebody to be trusted. Of all the court cards, he is to be trusted. And it's very much about slowly, we sort of get to where we want to go very slowly and carefully, not rushed, which sometimes with the Queen of Wands, she can be in a bit of a hurry. Okay, so that energy will be very useful for you in July. What's happening that you're not realising? And feeling a bit apart from the crowd. So this is typical 12th house. So don't feel, oh my God, if you don't want to rush out and be going around and catching up for drinks and dinners, etc. Don't feel like there's something wrong with you. It's just the 12th house. You're not really feeling like that caring, sharing, oversharing at the moment. That will come next month in your birth, or in your birthday time, mid-July forward. Not this month is the time for just retrospective business. And to be fair, just when we just feel like, no, I don't really want to be around people. They're exhausting. I'd rather be at home with the animals. It's that kind of energy. So don't be alarmed, because that's just your 12th house. Let's see how others see you. The Wheel of Fortune. So destiny. So what have you put in? And what you've put in, you will get out. And if you haven't put anything in, you won't be getting anything out. And this is not true of Leos, because they're usually front and centre. They're very energetic, action-based people. They're no slouches in terms of getting things done. They're very much at the top of their game and at the front and centre of most of the goings-on at work, at home. There they are, the lion and the lioness. So very much people looking at you in this way, and good luck coming your way. But we make our own luck, don't we? So there you go. And if you haven't been putting in, well, it's time to perhaps gear it up for your birthday and your first house next month, where you can sort of start a new chapter. Let's have a look at what you're feeling positive about. 9 of Wands. Yeah, a bit exhausting. Look, you've just done nearly another lap around the sun. It's been busy. It's been interesting. We don't need to recount what's been happening globally, personally, all the rest of it. It all works out. But you're nearly at the end of this cycle. So another year has been completed. From what I see, you've done very well. Very energetic as usual. But yeah, have a good look at that. Finishing line is very much in sight, and you will cross it. The final outcome. And we have the Magician. So back you go to the typical Leo sort of, okay, new projects presenting themselves. Lots of potential, lots of risk. This is the Spirit Messenger. So in comes for your birthday month starting July, August. In comes new projects, new adventures to go on, and full well knowing Leos know the risk and they also know the potential. So they set off as they mean to finish, and they're going to do it, and they'll do it well, and they'll take everything in their stride as well. So a lovely way to finish up, Leo, in your 12th house, going into your birthday month where you'll be in the spotlight yet again. Your message is the path. No one saves us but ourselves. No one can and no one may. We must walk the path. We ourselves must walk the path. The path to enlightenment is an endless process. You have to practice diligently and with discipline. Eventually you will become the path itself, and fewer struggles and sufferings will come your way. So enjoy, relax, and I'll talk to you in 4 weeks. Thank you very much, Leo.